All right, so hopefully you guys could see this, and today we're going to be talking about how to build dynamic quiz. So I'm gonna go open up Notion, which is basically a very cool app. If you haven't installed it yet, definitely go ahead and install it. It will allow you to do certain fun things, such as record transcripts in real time. So why is this a big deal? Well, it's kind of a big deal, guys. So I'm gonna describe shortly why that is as soon as it opens up. But the demo gods are not with us today. That's kind of what I gotta tell you. But needless to say, we're still humming along. I'm just gonna kind of close this again and try to reopen this Notion app. Okay, there we go. Explore, answer repeat questions using knowledge, Notion, and connected tools. Task routing agents, status, start free trial. Okay, so over here, we're just gonna log in into I'm gonna quickly, yeah, that's not where I wanted to log in. Uh, so guest, maybe? No, that's not where I wanted to log in. Let's try to do that again, and we go to Notion and go here. So Notion is pretty cool tool, especially if you know how to create transcripts. So over here we got a couple of things. Transcripts. Transcripts. Okay. Record. So the first thing what we're gonna do, we're gonna create transcripts. And to do that, we're gonna need to one member. Let's just log in into here. Notion app. And we're gonna add another account. We're gonna from just gonna quickly log in. While I'm logging in, I'm gonna play the commercial break, guys, for you, since I gotta password. I gotta find the password.
Welcome. Okay, guys, so today I'm going to be talking about how to literally build your digital faceless marketing product using a combination of variety types of tools. So I'm going to make it real quick. So as you guys know, I'm building Threads Booster guide, and together with my feudal army, me, Ron Wells, and my feudal army can help digital faceless marketing moms learn how to build their own digital product while monetizing their commute. So what you see over here, I'm literally using Canva. So Canva it's a nice little tool, but you don't want to get too addicted to Canva. You just wanted to quickly use the free feature to go ahead and create some basic functionality, like as what you see here, right? You could kind of add things here, animate it real quick, right? And it just kind of does things for you automatically, right? It's all good, fine, and candy and dandy. But the truth is, you don't want to get too addicted with this tool, and you just kind of want to be approximately good enough, but not too crazy using it, right? I see many of you guys getting stuck on one tool and just kind of become process prisoner of one tool, right? So we're gonna fix that real quick. So the only reason you want to use this tool is to create a couple of flyers like this, preferably animated flyers, and get them up and running, get the visual representation of them, and then eventually cut the stuff out of here with CapCut and uh, take that video over here and just spice it up in CapCut with extra effects, and then add that into another tool called StoryDoc. So one of the ways to do that is to obviously you want to do the recording. Now, how do you do the recording of the screen? Well, it's fairly easy. You use Zoom, right? So you click new clip. I'm already recording it, but as soon as you create the new clip, you literally just share this share that section over here of Canva, and you're good to go. That could be one possible way. The other way is you could literally download it and uh, keep something in mind. You don't want it to go ahead and send it on Instagram or any of that, right? You just want to download this real quick.
Stack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always want.
All
ThreadStack
right,
provided
guys.
everything I need to finally
Okay,
have balanced
so
digital
let's
life that I
continue where
always
we left
wanted.
off.
Plus,
So I was
I can
able to
afford
get
more
access to
travel now
Notion,
too.
and let's continue um, where we left off. So what we're doing right now, we're gonna enable transcripts. If you haven't installed it yet, here's what transcript's gonna do. So I'm gonna search for transcripts. Integrations, enter picture in picture automatically so you can use on top of other. Allow this time. Okay, cool. But that's not what I want. So we're gonna quickly go here. Let's do this. Let's open up Chrome. Just gonna open up ChatGPT real quick. Okay, so we're opening up ChatGPT and we're gonna say, I'd like to use Notion and I'd like to use Notion transcript functionality. So this way, when I just hit record and it records conversations. How do I do that? Okay, now, so the feature your phone lives inside works on AI meeting. The recording transcript requires Notion AI. Open Notion, click Settings, Members, go to Plans. Confirm Notion AI is enabled. Okay. Create a page or recording. Open or create a new page and hit the AI meeting. You should see meeting. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna go to Settings, Members. Settings, Notion AI. Okay. So we got a bunch of skills. And we got some meeting notes. Enable meeting notes for workspace. Allow members to temporarily store local device on their meeting for reliability. Okay. I think that's enabled. Now, in type meet. So we gotta create a page and we're gonna type meet. Okay. So I have plus. I'm gonna go to lesson 2 and I'm gonna type meet. I'm just gonna type meet. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about 1, 2, 3. So keep going, keep going. Excellent. Good stuff. I like that. So I'm gonna hit stop. Choose how to notify. To let out that your transcript Notion can play with the message, finding actions, thinking about. This meeting is about thinking about how to refer to determine the summary. This appears to be a brief discussion, capture only initial moment before substance. The speaker begins by with class no action upgrade full act. You are on free trial of AI meeting notes. So what does free trial give me? Okay, that's a little bit more. This appears to be a brief recording that captured only, it says, I'm on free trial, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say free trial. I'm on free trial of AI meeting in Notion. What's the limit for this? Since you're now, here's how, that means you can record multiple meetings until you hit 10 in one day. Because you're on a trial, two things apply. The feature says the parallel free bar. It's mainly intended as a trial preview. Full access normally requires a business plan, $20 a month. After the trial ends, the recording transcript feature locked behind that plan. Need at least 1 minute of speech, about 300 characters to generate a sound. Audio stored locally on your device. Requires you to manually press record each time. Okay, since you're building one powerful trick a lot of founders use to turn conversation into course material. If you want, I can also show you sneaky workflow many automation people use, unlimited recording, automatically stored in Notion for free. Yes, let's do that. Yes, show me that. Okay. The unlimited Notion transcript workflow. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see if I could do something better. Yeah, I don't know about that. How about just using Zoom? Using Zoom. Zoom settings, recording, enable audio transcript. Zoom. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Too much. Okay. Nah. We're just gonna stick with. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with Notion. Meeting. Okay, let's continue, and later we could involve Zoom, etc. But for now, I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm just gonna continue with doing this. So we're gonna create day 2 quiz. So we're gonna create day 2 quiz like this. Can you now Okay, can you now create day 2 quiz? I need to make sure that it's in similar format as day 1 based on what you already know what day 2 was on the slides that are already prepared. Make that available for the sheet, so this way I could add that into day 2 sheet. And this is going to be the pre-post questions. Just make sure it also follows the format rubric, you know, A plus, A minus, that kind of stuff, as we discussed. Same exact thing as what you did for day 1, but the same format, Professor Mezer video URLs as well associated with ones. Make sure that they're actually correct and not fake. As also be sure to include, yeah, just first generate the schema for day 2, and I already have day 2 sheet prepared. I want to paste that in. Be sure that you make it, make sure that this is a pretest. I'm gonna include that as part of the test today, pretest for my students to take before I start. And later I'm gonna ask you to do another similar thing post-test. So this way I could compare post-test with pre-test and see the difference between within the lesson to see if it made any difference. You already know what day 2 is based on the syllabus, so be sure you don't include relevant questions in there based on the slides presentation that I already created before. And yeah, I'm going to be converting that next into a form, Google form, using the very same latest script that you showed before. So kind of understand that what I'm going to be doing next, and create the table, this table first. Okay guys, as you can see, the Notion is still recording. I'm going to hit stop and kind of give you an understanding, better understanding what's happening. So with Notion, in Zoom, this recording is going to take place automatically. In Zoom, is going to take place automatically because you're going to have like a little bot inside of it that's going to be collecting all the info. But if you have Notion, you don't even need to be inside a meeting. It will just connect. You just hit record, and people don't see that you're recording. And as you can see, it kind of created this really easy way, like for me to do things, to kind of click on things. So I'm gonna create, like, this is what I need to do. And like, obviously, when I'm doing this, this is gonna be something that's gonna be recording inside of a classroom. So later I could grab that context that's inside of the classroom and carry that over directly into the automation. So this way it can create everything the way it's supposed to create. So right now we're gonna do this. So we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna paste that in. So right now I got this table over here. So it's a little slow in the beginning, guys. Like, you kind of have to get warmed up in the beginning. But once you get warmed up, it's gonna be smooth sailing. So we got this, we got that. So we got boom. So we just generated this pretest day 2. Now day 2 is going to be kind of a pretest with all the nodes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna just gonna call it day 2 pretest. Now I'm gonna copy that, duplicate, and I'm gonna do day 2 post test like this, and then it's gonna be day 2 duplicate, day 2 follow up. okay, like this. So then I'm just gonna call it like this: day 2 pretest, retest, day 2 post test, and day 2 follow up. Okay, so kind of did that like this. Then I'm just gonna paste that back into here. And I'm gonna say we're just gonna paste that in. I created because the schema is identical to day 1. Okay, I created additional pages for additional sheets, tabs, in Google Sheets for the following. So far, you generated a table for day 2 pretest, day 2 pretest. Proceed with generating similar tables for day 2 post test and day 2 follow up. Okay, so right now, what's happening, guys? It's just gonna generate this table in, and then I'm just gonna copy that into it. And that's how quickly you create the tests. Now there's obviously prompts like special prompts you want to be using, like include your brand context, include Reddit posts that people are using, like what people are using to pass the test, that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's fairly straightforward. So now I'm just gonna go to here, the day 2 post like this, just paste that in like that. Now day 2 follow up, the same thing for homework. So day 2 follow up, the same thing. So it's not without overwhelming students too much. I'm doing like 5 questions here and there, 5 questions here and there. But of course, on a real test, there's going to be a lot more questions, but still, you don't want to overwhelm students too much. So right now, we're going to do it this way. And also, we want to do this in the right balance without destroying kind of schema. This workflow will save any instructor over 1,000 hours throughout the year. Heck, maybe more, depending on like what you're doing. So what I'm recreating is like I'm kind of recreating Khan Academy real quick, sort of. So watch how simple this is. So the first thing, as you guys know, so what did I show right now? I showed Notion, and I showed this thing over here, right? So what did I do in Notion? I turned it on and I typed this command, AI notes, and I just turned it on and I just started talking, right? So I'm gonna hit start and I just started talking. Blah 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 blah. The bottom line is I'm talking. While I'm talking, that's actually the entire Zoom session is taking place with my students. There's 20 students or whatever, however number of students. The bottom line is I'm talking. This thing is recording. Why is this important? Because those questions over here, information that is included inside of this transcript is going to be infused directly into quiz. So it's going to be hyper personalized per whatever is happening inside of the class. So if you have some student who be like, oh, I don't understand this, whatever, like this domain, then, you know, you could be like, oh, yeah, here's what it is, whatever, whatever. And next time when the Zoom or when the quiz is created, it's going to be hyper relevant for this particular topic. So anyway, the bottom line is I'll hit stop. recorded the conversation, and now we are moving forward. So the next thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on app script, and we're gonna run the app script. Yeah, let's run it. So what that app script is gonna do, it's gonna do us like just a little trick. It's gonna help us generate a couple of quizzes. Okay, so the first quiz is this one, and that's it. Like that's how quickly you generate it, and you just hit here, and as you can see, here's is the quiz, but it didn't generate for day 2 tab. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab here, I'm gonna go to Tools, Extensions, App Script, and I'm gonna take this thing back. I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna say, uh, I just tried this from day 2 pretest spreadsheet, 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 and it only generated, and it generated questions from day one instead. Can you adjust the script? Adjust the script to make sure that it covers day 2 pretest, and then I paste the script here, and then I just hit enter. As you guys can see, inside of that script, there's day 1. It's specifically referencing day 1, day 2, that kind of stuff. So um, just hit enter, and boom. So right now, what you see, it's cooking up a script that's just gonna be perfect for day 2 pretest, whatever, and 2 lines. So the script keeps on like a robot. Let's upgrade so you can generate it for any tabs. The version lets you pass the sheet name as parameter. Okay, kind of like that. It's pretty cool. So now create each form with one liner. So we're gonna add here. Gonna go here. Like this. Then we're gonna go here. And we're gonna do like this. Like this. Okay. Boom. Then we're gonna run. Okay, we're just gonna hit save. Save, and then we'll run that again. Type error cannot read properties. Let's do it like that. Run. Run. Gonna put it in here. Okay. Okay. So verify the exact tab name is day 2 pretest. Day 2 pretest, okay? Huh? use the safest version of the script. Tell you immediately the tab if the tab is wrong. Okay, like this. Save, run. Okay. Okay. right, so this actually works pretty good. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna go here. Google Classroom. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is just gonna rename Monday. We're gonna add create quiz 2 day 1 pre-test. Take this before starting class. So what I just did is set up basic, like what I did is I managed to save at least 1,000 hours per year just by doing this technique. Now I'm just gonna save that as a draft, and what I'm gonna do, like this is CloudBot OpenClaw is gonna be what's doing that, all of this, whatever I'm showing you guys here. But here's like the way it works is here's quiz day 2 right now. I'm just gonna push this into the topic for Wednesday. So right now I'm just kind of showing you how I'm doing this manually, but the idea is, um, and let me just pick the right path. Wednesday, and yes, so I'm just gonna, yeah, save as draft. So right now what you see is Wednesday, quiz 1, day 1 preview, day 1, day 2 pretest. I'm just gonna do edit, day 2 pretest, okay, like this, and save draft. So notice what I'm doing, guys. Pay close attention. This will save you at least 1,000 hours per year. So right now, I just did day 2 pretest. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into Google Sheets. I'm gonna take day 2 post test, and I'm gonna run the script, app script. Now what I'm gonna do, I have this code over here, and it's what it does. It just looks at the schema of the page, and all I have to do over here is put post. So I'm kind of simulating Khan Academy by doing that technically. So I'm just gonna hit save, and notice how this day 2 post test is there, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go app script, I'm gonna run it. So code is still here, but I'm gonna go ahead and run it. Now, before you had to do this manually and spend thousands of hours creating quizzes. Now, quiz is automatically generated, and all you have to do is modify the settings of the quiz. So right now it's a OSI model, which layer, whatever, transport. So if you look session, the only thing we're gonna check if it's correct. So session transport network physical, and we're gonna jump into here to see if it's gonna set network physical. And this one, whatever. Okay. So like, why am I doing that? To determine learning effectiveness of the student before and after. So the other thing that you gotta do is set the setting. These questions, correct question, point values. Set the point value default value to 5. Collect all the emails and ensure the summaries. So this way it shows the summary progress. Check all that. And form defaults, verify all that. So this is good. Then all you do, copy this URL and go here. So when you go here, what is happening? This is a Google presentation, Google Slides, with my brand context intermixed into slides. And what's happening next is we're gonna go to like this, and we're gonna create day 2 post test. Okay, so we're gonna do day 2 post test quiz assignment. Day 2 post test. Gonna include that like this, and that's it, like this. Day 2 post test. Let's take this post test at the end of the lesson. Quiz 2, day 2 post test. Now we're gonna put that here. We're gonna save as draft. Right now we got day 2 post test and day 2, so quiz 2 day post test, like that. And we're gonna hit save. There we go. So we got post test, pre-test. Now what we're gonna do the same thing with day 2 follow-up. So day 2 follow-up. Okay. So which protocol? Notice how like it's consistent. Which protocol port uses whatever. Like notice how it's all consistent. Port 443. And then notice how it's kind of taking the user through different exercises. So right here, same thing. Extensions, and we go app sheets, and what we do here, we go to wrapper, day 3, day 2 post follow-up. And all I gotta do is just day 2 follow-up. Day 2 follow-up. Okay. Day 2 follow-up. So we go here, day 2 follow-up. Follow-up. Then day 2 follow-up. Follow-up. And just gonna go ahead and hit run. Day 2, create day 2 sheet not found, day 2 follow-up. Day 2, day space 2 follow-up. So sheet not found. Network Plus. It's definitely found. Maybe it has. Let's try it again. Okay. Okay. So once again, this is it. Okay. Once again, I do like this, and responses like this. Verified. And like this. Presentation. Boom, boom, boom. Form defaults verified. And that's it. Questions, defaults. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go here like this. And so I'm gonna do create day 2, quiz, follow up. Follow up, day 2, follow up. Then I'm gonna include that like this. Add a link. Do this for homework. This will be. So we're just gonna choose topic like this, and once again, file, save, draft. Again, good stuff. Now, day 2 follow up. Let's just make it consistent like this, and like this, like this. File, save draft. Now, network topologies. Go here, and we got the speaker notes, got everything else. Okay. Okay, so I think this is good. This is how it's gonna be presented. Slide, presenter view, and like that. We're just gonna be reading from the notes, and I need to include a couple of breaks just before I begin. Very important that I include the breaks. Yay. Yes. Google slide. Just a gazillion times easier when everything is in Google. And we're gonna include so we're gonna do review. We're gonna add new slide over here. Review. And now what's gonna happen is day 1 review. Quiz day 1 review. Like that. And there we go. Let's check your understanding. Like this. Actually, we're gonna go to your Google Classroom. Go to your Google Classroom. Okay. Google Classroom. Okay. Classwork. And take the quiz. Take the quiz. Do 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 do. Okay. Like this. Okay. Insert shape arrows like that. Insert shape arrows like this. Okay, so this is how I'm using AI, Google Classroom, while combining my brand, saving over 1,000 hours per year, and spawning insane amount of money just with this simple workflow. All I did was create a bunch of slides using Notebook LM, using Model Context Protocol, created the entire curriculum. Now, with that curriculum, what I'm doing is I'm creating quizzes using nothing but basic AppScript. I showed it to you how to do so over here, generating specific day 1, day 2 pretest, day 2 post-test, day 2 follow-up, including everything in Google. Then making it in class. Whenever I do the session, all I gotta do is turn this thing on. Basically, let's say I go to the Network Plus. I'm teaching a lesson today. All I gotta do, go to lesson 2, for example, and put AI space, AI meeting notes. Start transcribing. Now, everything starts transcribing. I could minimize that. Blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. It's recording. The entire context for whatever is happening in the classroom gets mixed in with my students. So if somebody is asking like, hey, whatever, I can't understand something. Well, guess what? Everything that's being discussed over Zoom meeting with the student is being intermixed with my brand, which is shown as you can see over here in the form of slides, plus the quiz that are relevant to the person who was asking questions. So this way, they their questions are reinforced on a pre-test level and a post-test level, and everything is automatically calculated based on score metrics. And the best part about it, it's all injected into Google Classroom. And even better, slides plus quizzes plus like all of the stuff together gets dispatched through OpenClaw directly into my Slack channel. This is stupid simple, but saves people thousands of hours per year, and you could replicate the whole thing across multiple classes. So if you're a coach or like a instructor or professor or a teacher or like and you're not doing that, then it's really simple. All you do is you run this script, and which is just a wrapper. This script just literally looks at like you specify which tab you want it to snipe, and you create a bunch of tabs with each of those questions. Then every time you run the script, it automatically creates a form, and guess what? That form, all you got to do in that form, you just pick those settings over here, those checkboxes. So, and then just share that FQDN directly to students. When they take the test, everything is automatically included. All the responses are added into spreadsheet. Your OpenClaw taps into that spreadsheet and sees the responses and sets up nurturing campaigns through your Gmail with people who struggled most to reinforce them with additional content. If anybody is struggling to do like with a question, they get reinforced right away with a simple question, a simple YouTube video. When I construct, so instead of me sitting there creating thousands of quizzes myself manually and making things manually in a Google form, instead I tell OpenClaw, prepare my next lesson for Monday. Boom, done. The speaker notes included, brand context included, quizzes for pre-test and post-test included, post follow-up activities included, the best questions from Reddit communities, scraping everything in context of the questions, plus whatever the people are struggling with during the session, directly injected inside of the quiz. Now, I discovered nobody actually like talks about this stuff, and in many cases, like I just find it funny. It took me like literally a couple of hours to come up with this, and I would never come up with something like this if I wasn't being hired by a university to just teach students. And I was too lazy to like go ahead and create for 22 sessions, uh, like every lesson. Forget about it. I don't want to do that. So I kind of fast forward my mind into like first 3 lessons, recognized the skeleton structure that I could construct, tapped into my own personal brand because I do want my students to see my luxury pet brand in combination while learning computer networking. And I saw the structure. I asked myself, how can I replicate this structure across multiple, first of all, multiple lessons, second of all, multiple courses, third of all, multiple curriculums to increase learning effectiveness exponentially. And this is what I came up with just with first, when I was doing lesson 1, I was like, man, let me create a bunch of slides. And I was like, I bet, let me go ahead and create slides. And I needed a certain format. I needed like, oh, this is the time, this is whatever. So I think that's about it. I'm gonna hit pause. Everything is kind of constructed over here. So that's the key. You want to turn this on, get things going with the transcript, and the rest is just going to be smooth sailing. As you can see, it kind of recorded everything, it constructed everything. Super fast, super easy, everything native in Google, saves insane amount of time. This context is going to be fed directly into the quiz. So next time when I'm creating whatever, it's going to be part of the quiz. So I do have a session at 6:30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly close down all those tabs real quick. I think all of you kind of got the idea of what it looks like. Now the rest is just, I mean, the rest is just smooth sailing. Like I'm just gonna close everything. That's right, guys. That's how easy this is. It's not hard. And as long as you do everything natively, then all you do is just connect OpenClaw and talk to it. Talk to it to create the slides using Google MCP and that kind of stuff. To NobleColumn. That's it for now, guys. That is it. I gotta get going. I'll see you next time. Take care. So.